Most widows believe you have to wait until 66 or 67 to receive anything from your husband's Social Security. That belief alone has quietly cost women thousands of dollars, simply because nobody told them there's a rule allowing you to claim as early as age 60. I want to be clear from the start. Claiming early isn't automatically the right choice for everyone. But not knowing the option exists at all, that's the real problem. Because if you don't know a door is there, you can never decide whether to walk through it. So today, we're going to talk honestly about this rule, who it applies to, what it actually pays, and the one lesser-known strategy that could let you have both your own benefit and his at different points in your life. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand something most widows never get a clear answer on. If you're new here, welcome. Every week on this channel, we walk through the financial side of losing a spouse. Not because the money matters more than the person you lost, but because so much of the confusion during grief comes from not knowing what you're entitled to or when. Today's topic is one of the most misunderstood parts of Social Security, the age 60 rule for survivor benefits. I hear from women all the time who say things like, "I thought I had to wait until my full retirement age," or "I didn't know I could get anything until 67. Neither of those is entirely true. And the difference in understanding this correctly can mean thousands of dollars over your lifetime. So whether you're 58 and starting to think ahead, or 61 and wondering if you made the right call already, this video is for you. Let's walk through it together slowly and clearly. Let's start with the foundation. Social Security allows a widow to begin receiving survivor benefits as early as age 60. That's a full 6 or 7 years before what most people think of as normal retirement age. If you are disabled, that age drops even further, to 50. And if you are caring for your late husband's child who is under 16 or disabled, there's no age minimum at all. You may qualify regardless of your own age. Here's what surprises most people. This age 60 option exists specifically for survivor benefits. It is different from your own personal retirement benefit, which generally can't be claimed early in the same way without a permanent reduction that works differently. Survivor benefits have their own separate set of rules, and understanding that distinction is where a lot of the confusion begins. Now, here's the part nobody wants to hear, but I promised you honesty, so let's go through it clearly. If you claim survivor benefits at exactly age 60, you receive approximately 71.5% of what your husband's full benefit would have been. That percentage increases gradually every month you wait until it reaches 100% at your full retirement age, which for most widows today falls between 66 and 67, depending on your birth year. Let's put real numbers on this so it's not abstract. If your husband's full benefit was $2,000 a month, claiming at age 60 might give you around $1,430 a month. Waiting until your full retirement age could give you the entire $2,000 a month instead. That's a difference of $570 every single month for the rest of your life. Over 25 years, that gap alone adds up to over $170,000. I share this not to scare you away from claiming early. Sometimes claiming early is exactly the right decision, especially if you need income now. I share this so that you make the choice with full information, rather than by accident, or because nobody explained what the reduction actually looks like in real dollars. So when does it make sense to claim early, even with the reduction? Let's talk through some real situations. If you need income now, if you're facing bills, housing costs, or medical expenses, and there's no other source of income bridging the gap, a reduced check today can matter more than a larger check years from now that you can't wait for. If your health or your family's health history suggests a shorter life expectancy, This is a deeply personal consideration, but it's a legitimate one. If receiving benefits sooner, even at a reduced rate, means you actually get to enjoy more total years of support, that math can favor claiming early for some women. If you plan to use the switching strategy we're going to cover in the next section, this is where things get genuinely interesting, and it's the part almost nobody explains clearly. If waiting simply isn't financially realistic for your household right now, there's no shame in that. This is your money, earned through your marriage, and choosing to access it earlier is not a failure. It's a decision made with your eyes open. Here is the part of this video I most want you to remember, because very few people explain it clearly, and it can genuinely change your financial picture. If you are eligible for both your own Social Security retirement benefit based on your own work history and a survivor benefit based on your husband's record, you may be able to claim one first, let the other grow, and switch to the larger one later. Here's how it often works in practice. Let's say your own retirement benefit, if you waited until 70 to claim it, would eventually be quite large because your own benefit grows the longer you delay it, all the way up to age 70. Meanwhile, your survivor benefit is already available now at a reduced rate. In this situation, some widows choose to claim the survivor benefit first, starting as early as 60, while allowing their own personal retirement benefit to continue growing untouched in the background. Then, once their own benefit has grown to its maximum size, often at age 70, they switch over to that larger personal benefit instead. This strategy essentially allows you to receive some income during your 60s from the survivor benefit, while simultaneously letting your own retirement benefit grow to its highest possible value for later. It's sometimes the best of both options, rather than having to choose one path permanently. The reverse can also apply. Depending on which benefit is larger in your specific case, sometimes it makes more sense to claim your own retirement benefit first and switch to the survivor benefit later if the survivor benefit is the larger amount. This is called filing a restricted application, and it is not something every Social Security representative brings up proactively. You often have to ask for it directly, by name, using those exact words: restricted application for survivor benefits, or restricted application for retirement benefits, depending on which order makes sense for you. Many widows ask me, if I claim survivor benefits at 60, can I still work? The answer is yes, but there's an important detail. If you claim survivor benefits before reaching your full retirement age and you are still working, Social Security applies what's called an earnings limit. For every certain amount you earn above a set yearly threshold, a portion of your benefit is temporarily withheld. This does not mean the money is lost forever. Once you reach your full retirement age, Social Security recalculates your benefit to credit back the amount that was withheld, spread out over your future payments. But in the short term, it does mean your monthly check could be smaller than expected if you're earning significant income from work at the same time. This is exactly why the decision of when to claim isn't just about the reduction percentage. It also depends on whether you're still working and how much you expect to earn. A short conversation with Social Security about your specific income situation can prevent a surprise later. Let's go through the most common mistakes I see. Mistake 1. Assuming there's only one right age to claim, without considering their own specific financial situation. Mistake 2. Not asking specifically about the restricted application strategy simply because they don't know the phrase to use. Mistake 3. Claiming early without understanding the earnings limit and being surprised when a portion portion of the benefit is withheld. Mistake 4. Assuming that once you choose an age to claim, there's no flexibility at all, when in reality, understanding your options at the very start can shape a much better long-term outcome. Mistake 5. Making this decision alone, based on a guess, rather than calling Social Security directly and asking them to walk through the specific numbers for your situation. Let me share a story that reflects what many widows experience. I'll call her Susan, though her situation mirrors so many others. Susan was 61 when her husband passed. She had worked her whole life and had a modest retirement benefit of her own building in the background. Rather than choosing one option and locking herself in, Susan called Social Security and asked specifically about a restricted application. She learned she could claim her survivor benefit now at a slightly reduced rate, while letting her own retirement benefit continue growing until she turned 70. By the time Susan reached 70, her own retirement benefit had grown significantly larger than her original survivor benefit. She switched over, and from that point forward, received a noticeably higher monthly check, all because she asked the right question at 61, instead of assuming she only had one option. Here's your simple checklist for this week. Step 1. Call Social Security and ask them to calculate both your survivor benefit amount and your own personal retirement benefit amount at several different ages: 60, your full retirement age, and 70. Step 2. Ask directly about a restricted application, using those exact words, to see if claiming one benefit now while letting the other grow applies to your situation. Step 3. If you're still working, ask specifically how the earnings limit would affect your benefit if you claimed before full retirement age. Step 4. Write down everything they tell you, including the representative's name and the date, so you have it for reference when you're ready to decide. Step 5. Give yourself permission to take time with this decision. It is rarely something that needs to be decided in a single phone call. I know that thinking about numbers and strategies can feel cold when what you're really carrying is grief. But understanding these choices isn't about being calculating. It's about making sure that the years ahead of you are a little more secure, so you can spend more of your energy on healing and less on financial worry. There is no single right answer for every widow, but there is a right answer for you once you have the full picture. And that's exactly what today's video was meant to give you. If this helped bring some clarity, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe. Every week, we walk through another piece of this journey together. And if you know another widow navigating this same decision, please consider sharing this with her. Sometimes the most helpful thing is simply knowing the right question to ask. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take gentle care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.